Boy, I'm going to get in a lot of heat today because I'm talking about Dion and LeBron James.
Oh,
But
boy.
LeBron James was somehow named MVP of the Olympic basketball team, and I'm just sorry. I think it's a tragedy. There's no way this guy should have been named the MVP of that basketball team after what Steph Curry did in the final two games of that Olympics. There was only two games that mattered. Only two games. There was the U.S. Olympic team versus Nikola Jokic and Serbia, and there was the U.S. basketball team in the gold medal game versus Wembyamba and France. All the four other games, irrelevant. And in those final two games, Steph Curry carried this team with incredible signature performance. I think the two best, most memorable moments, and Steph's had some great moments in the NBA and done some incredible things in the NBA, but I think these were his signature performances, 60 points in the last two games. I get that LeBron was more consistent over the course of 6 games, but those first 4 games, they don't matter. When the going got tough, the tough got going. And I'm not saying LeBron was bad in those 2 games, but Steph was so incredible. How do you not, other than the Olympics are really Nike run and it's just a propaganda machine and the truth doesn't matter. LeBron had no business being the MVP. You agree?
Well, Jason, I have a question. In those 2 games without Steph Curry, does the U.S. somehow lose those games? In your opinion?
Serbia, no question.
Right.
Serbia, no question.
So in many ways, this kind of is a microcosm of LeBron James. When you take a look at the totality of his numbers and when he works in volume, some would call it stat padding. He's always going to be among the very best. But when it came down to the nitty-gritty, the clutch moments, the last 4 minutes of a ball game, when it's a 1, 2, or 3 possession game, when every single basket counts, that's not exactly when LeBron has been at his best. So, again, there's no doubt about it. I believe that there's some politics in play. There's a PR factor that's in play. There's a reason why LeBron carried the American flag out for the country that he has a very, very conflicted relationship with. But I do find it interesting when you take a look at the most memorable moments of that USA basketball team and what really sealed the deal for a team that was not as dominant as, let's say, the 1992 Dream Team. It was provided by Steph Curry, not LeBron James.
There were 3 signature moments in this Olympic basketball run. Steph exploding in the Serbia game for 36 points. It was just an incredible show. And then Steph exploding in the fourth quarter of the game against France, 12 points in a little 2-minute stretch. It's like a Reggie Miller, New York Knicks moment. It was just incredible, and the threes that he hit. And then the third signature moment, I don't know how close you watched this, but this Gershon Yabusele or Yabusele dunked on LeBron James. Oh my God! Those are the 3 memories. Steph exploding, and they're trying to memory hole this dunk on LeBron. This should have been the biggest meme going all over social media, but it's all rigged and controlled, and so they're trying to pretend like this didn't happen. And I'm just, if this had happened and they had Dwayne Wade was doing the broadcasting, Noah Eagle was the play-by-play. That was one of the most iconic moments, LeBron getting dunked on by this guy from France, who I think was a former first-round NBA draft pick. But they didn't even call this properly because, I mean, this is one of those moments, Steve, where I wish Mark Jones from ESPN had been calling the game because he's pretty good with nicknames, or Gus Johnson, somebody that would have had the balls, I think, to call that properly. But what we got was a bunch of pander. I can remember in that Serbia game, Steph Curry scores 36 points. And Noah Eagle, LeBron makes a layup at the rim, and Noah Eagle's shouting, "Captain America is carrying this team on his back." He put the team on his back, and I'm like, who, Steph Curry? And he's talking about LeBron. the whole propaganda. LeBron
Jason,
had no business, and that dunk is what I'll remember. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm surprised we're even using that picture. I'm surprised it hasn't been scrubbed clean from the internet like Trump's picture after it nearly got capped. We might even get a trademark violation. This show may not even make it to YouTube today, Jason. I hope people are just looking at this live. You may have to watch the podcast version, folks. If you don't see this show on YouTube at 4 p.m. Pacific time, right there, that'll be the reason why. Blame Clutch Sports. I think Nick Wright may have actually report us on this one. Be careful, Jason.
Finally, Steve, I don't know if this is a big deal or not. Have you seen the clip of LeBron blowing off the little white kid? Let's play that clip, and I want to get your thoughts.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Stop. Don't do that.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Champion! There's some different angles of this, and they'll at the end, right before LeBron walks into that nightclub, he does a little dance step and all this other stuff. But stop to the little white kid. I don't know what it's about. Big deal, no deal, little deal. Your thoughts?
Kids, and especially even you adults, never meet your heroes. They're bound to let you down. But let me just take LeBron's side a little bit. He may want, look, I get it, he's a public figure, but you live in a fishbowl. I kind of get it in the sense that who in the world wants to be bothered all the time? Yeah, I get it. The public pays your salary. The fans make the business. I am not arguing about that. But everybody is human. Everybody has a breaking point. And we don't know. He may have signed 5,000 autographs. He may have signed 5,000 autographs before. We don't know. He may have taken 1,000 selfies. Maybe he just said in his own mind, okay, I'm done. But I have a question, and yeah, I'm going to go here. What if that was a white athlete who did that to a little black kid? Ooh, what, could you imagine the uproar there would be? Yeah, I went there. This is what we do here at Fearless. Just saying.
I hadn't even thought about that, but
well,
you're right. It would the optics would be different. I'm not going to come down too hard on LeBron, but I don't understand. You win a championship, an Olympic gold medal. It seems like you'd be so overcome with joy that how could your mind even go there to talk that way to a little kid? And it's like, hey, stop. And again, there's a condescension because the kid's not posing any threat. He's just trying to take a selfie and a picture with LeBron. And I know that gets annoying constantly, but when you're in this joyous celebratory mood and you just won a gold medal, hopping out of the car and taking a little picture with a kid, it doesn't seem that hard to do.
I have heard stories of athletes in like the worst times taking time out to take a photo or give an autograph. And it makes a fan's day, and it makes them a fan for life. I get it. But I've also seen the other side where these individuals, who, again, they ask for this to a certain degree. I'm not going to argue that. They can't even spend time with their family, can't even eat a meal, can't even go out to the movies. There has to be a middle ground. So, again, I don't want to come too hard on LeBron because he is still an individual and a person who at times he may, again, we don't know how he treated everyone else for the previous 2.5, 3 hours. I think this is kind of a tough one. I don't want to come down too hard on LeBron James here.
Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.